This is simply unbelievable. In order to allow Pakistanis to eat clean and hygienic pancakes, this simple small workshop in Peshawar uses the waste oil drums recycled at low prices to produce pancake iron pans with super high cost performance. The waste oil drums just pulled back from the port are the raw materials for producing iron pans. From the appearance of the oil drums, most of the 8-hand oil drums that should have been used for many years are mixed. It has been used to hold diesel and chemicals, so the price of such oil barrels is quite cheap, and the price of a single barrel is about 100 rubles. The workers will first use a small hammer and a chisel to break the barrel. It is relatively easy to break the barrel body, but the end caps at both ends are a little more troublesome. The end caps need to be removed along the edge of the seam to ensure the maximum size of the barrel body iron sheet. Soon, when the overall dismantling is completed, the workers will use a self-taught trick. The worker flattens, then another worker will use the original rule to draw a circle of standard size on the iron sheet and then use a chisel to chisel the iron sheet along the marked line. This process requires chiseling out a very standard circle, little by little, to ensure that the overall roundness of the iron sheet can meet the manufacturing requirements. After the iron sheet is chiseled, it needs to be put into the incinerator. High temperature heating is carried out in the oil barrel. Since there are a lot of stains inside the oil barrel and there are sprayed oil ridges on the outside, the use of chemical cleaning methods is not only costly, the treatment time is still relatively long, so the traditional method of fire heating is undoubtedly the best choice. Under continuous high temperature heating, most of the residual materials on its surface can be smoothly removed. Then it is necessary to put the treated iron sheet into the hydraulic press for pressing and shaping. In order to speed up the plastic, in order to improve the efficiency of the shaping process, multiple pieces of iron sheets need to be stacked and put into the hydraulic press at the same time. In this way, the iron sheets can be shaped into the shape of an iron pan through the concave mold on the hydraulic press. However, this process requires constant adjustment of the force position of the iron sheets. To ensure that the perfect iron pan can be made after the iron pan is shaped, there is still a lot of rust and other oxygen. However, the workers did not wear gloves during this process, but directly used their iron hands to pick up the dirt. However, a large amount of clean water is needed to clean the dirt. In order to save production costs, the workers will use a cart to transfer it to the cleaning station by the river. In this way, the free clean water in the river can be used to clean the iron pot. At the same time, the sewage after cleaning can also be directly discharged into the river. After the surface of the iron pot is cleaned, it can be discharged. Just stand it on the railing by the river and wait for it to dry. Next, you can grind the iron pot. This step is mainly because the surface of the pot after washing still has harmful substances. So the best way is to use a grinder to grind the surface as a whole. Some old irons will say that the inside of the iron pot is not grinded here. In fact, this kind of iron pot is used for the handle. It is turned upside down and used upside down, so the protruding bottom of the pot is. Finally, you need to rivet the iron pot. This cheap and affordable pancake pan is ready.